Hello everyone, this is Babamots. Welcome to another Homeworlds game review. This game is between mstain and Will. Will has played for quite a while and is a good player, though I did just look over a game where Will made some pretty big mistakes that cost them the game. Their opponent mstain, I think, is a much newer player. I only bumped into them for the first time a few days ago. Um, So I don't know what to expect. They might actually be somebody who's played for a long time and is just now getting onto Board Game Arena. They've obviously had at least a few wins because they've got some ranking points. Let's see what happens. mstain going first. mstain takes a yellow fortress and Will takes a yellow banker. mstain trades for blue right away, which matches the small blue star, so they'll get a medium. Since Will also traded for blue. mstain builds green again, but Will spreads out the blues. mstain spreads out blue now. Will already getting aggressive. How interesting. Um, moving into mstain's colony. I wonder if Will has any notion of getting red sometime and capturing this guy, or if they just want to move into mstain's home and get an early star demolition. There's little enough blue in the bank that Will might be able to do a blue shopping spree, overpopulate mstain's blue star at home, and rebuild a large in Will's own home. Let's see what they've got in mind. Yeah, they did have their eye on an early shopping spree, though mstain got a little red in the meantime, so mstain can pick up one of these blues if they feel like it. Just moving in for the overpopulation. That's not too bad either. mstain ends up with uh, two smalls in two different colors compared to Will's one medium. So not a very uneven exchange in either direction here. mstain trades back in for a blue, which is probably wise since Will otherwise could have built, well, no point in getting left out of the blue economy, I guess. Both players build a green. Will trades it out for a red. mstain gets into the yellows. Ooh, this is a good time for them to do that since no matter what, if Will tries to get in on the yellows, no matter what color they do it with, they'll be trading away the last chip they have of that color. So they build a red instead. That's pretty good because while it opens up the mediums, mstain shouldn't be building those mediums. They can't in Betelgeuse without sacrificing their mothership. mstain, I think, wisely clearing out the last of the small yellows, preparing to build a medium. Will gets a medium red, so if mstain spreads out their yellows, I think mstain's going to be getting larges before Will does. And I think mstain is going to lock Will out of yellow, and Will can almost but not quite keep mstain out of the reds. mstain's already got one red. mstain moves their yellows apart. I think that's good. Yeah, Will can build, or mstain can build all three of the large yellows. Wow. I almost didn't cast this game. I almost peeked at the end just to say, oh, of course Will's going to win because Will's been playing for longer. But that there's almost nobody in the world who has played Homeworlds for longer than Will, I think. But yeah, mstain, I think, just got a pretty big leg up. So Will moves forward, threatening to overpopulate these yellows, but all mstain needs to do is trade or spread out. They spread out, that's fine. Will builds another green. Green is now the primary color. Okay, green is not a primary color, but the main color in which Will has an advantage, since mstain doesn't even have one green ship. mstain, oh, trades out their blue? That was mstain's only blue ship. I wouldn't trade the blue. I would trade the yellow for sure. I guess maybe not, since that would give Will an opportunity to build another yellow. Okay, maybe mstain's got the right idea. They have green now. And yeah, Will, I think, wisely choosing not to build more green. mstain could send that one little green they've got clear across the universe to overpopulate Will's mothership. Will, though, taking a third red. I guess Will is comfortable letting mstain sacrifice a y3 to overpopulate their smaller reds. If they wanted to. Oh, sacrificing that green? I would hold on to that green. Oh, well, to build a medium red right now with Will pursuing it so hard might be okay. I don't think it's quite so urgent as that. I think I would have... No, I was thinking maybe I would have advanced my green one into Betelgeuse, but then Will gets a nice... Oh no, but Betelgeuse already had a red. I don't. Okay, I think sacrificing the G1 was being in a little too much of a hurry. Will spreads out their reds, preparing to build more, no doubt. mstain spreads out their reds, getting one of them to a green colony where it can build. That's good. Will spreads out their reds again. Ooh, prepared for a shopping spree now. Though if Will does a shopping spree, mstain will also get to pick up another large red, which might not be ideal. mstain, okay, not worried now about putting a yellow back in the bank. Or are they? Okay, they took it back. Invading this colony. Yeah, that's a good thing to do when you're ahead in material. Start bothering your opponent's colonies. So if Will does the shopping spree now, mstain will presumably be putting another red ship in this colony for mstain to... Did I use the wrong names? If Will does a shopping spree now, they will be putting another red in this colony that mstain can capture. Will sacrificing the R1 for nothing. That messes up. Will, I think, with a little bit of work, could have repositioned their ships such that a shopping spree would have been a good idea. I don't think it was quite so urgent as that, but that's their choice. Okay, mstain now. Yeah, trading y1 for g1. Thinking about it, trading back for blue. They traded away that little blue they had to get a green before, and this puts a little yellow in the bank. If I'm Will, I think I build that. Yeah, and if these get pushed forward, that can threaten mstain's yellow home star and their mothership. So that could be pretty nice. Alright, mstain joining up their blue with their red. Yeah, this colony is scary to me. Or sorry, this homeworld position is scary to me with my mothership matching one of my stars and no other ships, but Will doesn't have much yellow and probably can't make much of it. Okay, Will spreading out the blue, getting ready to build more. I think that's a good choice. mstain also getting their blue in a better position to build. I'm a little surprised Will isn't pushing their green advantage at all. But I guess both competing over the blues with, Will's got the green advantage, so they've got greens they can sacrifice to Help them make up ground in the blues if necessary. mstain takes that b3 out of the bank. Okay, blue is a much less interesting color now. That it's largely tied up in stars. Largely, haha. Will trades blue for green. Yeah, furthering their green advantage. mstain, yeah, moving a yellow into a colony now connected to Deneb, so I think mstain is getting ready to invade. I think Will should do something preemptive to discourage that. You know, even building another green would discourage mstain from moving in. Although Will would not want to lose all of this just to destroy one of mstain's larges. Yeah, I think Will is wise to start evacuating preemptively. mstain does invade the colony. Now, what does Will do? They could go for a supernova in green, or they can sacrifice Y to evacuate some ships, or just evacuate the yellow. That's actually quite good. I'm impressed by how Will turned their evacuation into a threat. Yeah, by pushing forward the yellows, first of all, that's the color that Will is shortest on, so it's the most important to save, but also by pushing them toward mstain's home, Will win in 2 moves if mstain doesn't react to this situation. mstain can sacrifice the R2 to capture a couple of Will's ships, but if Will then moves in the Y2, mstain basically has to trade this Y3 for another color. It goes back to the bank. They'd probably want to trade it for red. So that Y3 is now in the bank, and now Will gets to build that Y3 here in their colony. So that's pretty good from Will to get another large ship out of this situation. Let's see if mstain goes ahead with the attack, or if they react to Will's new yellow threat here. They sacrifice the R2 to do some capturing. Okay. All right, Will. You can move in. Oh, okay. Oh, that's something I didn't think about. By sacrificing that red 2, it was at a small yellow star. So that put a small yellow in the bank. That messes up what I was seeing as Will's response after mstain trades their Y3 for another color. Okay, yeah, good on Will getting more yellow. This is now an even clearer threat to mstain's homeworld. They win, in fact. Will would win, in fact, in 1 turn if they didn't trade. Okay, so mstain has to trade away their Y3. Now Will builds the Y3. Very nice. Okay. Will is still in kind of a sticky spot because they're still down in material, but they have caught up by getting another yellow, I think. At some degree of catch-up. All right, Will's only red ship is in danger. I'm a little surprised that mstain didn't capture it immediately, in fact. But this way, they built some blue that keeps blue out of Will's hands. I think mstain's going to have the blue monopoly. And Will is doing a pretty good job of getting a green monopoly. Yeah, interesting. Will had the blue monopoly early on, and they've lost it. mstain's going to have it instead. All right, mstain really threatening. I don't like that invasion at all. Will just moves in with the Y1 to overpopulate, and Will catches up in material in a pretty big way. I really think mstain should be capturing Will's little red. Invading, okay, invading with the blue is a lot safer. But mstain still doesn't have much in the way of red that they should be willing to sacrifice. They can't sacrifice their mothership without losing, and this little red is the only red that they can sacrifice. They should be using that to capture this little red. I think. All right, well, let's just ponder that build action for a moment. Um, Will definitely doesn't want to build a fourth green in their home, destroying their own mothership, so they take that back. Good choice. Will build, or spreads out their greens. I think that's good. The Will is now in a position where they can do a shopping spree, build the two remaining mediums, and rebuild their own mothership. And they've got a red investment to boot. Okay, mstain trading B2 for R2. Okay, now they've got a real threat going on here in the Izar system. Will wisely, I think, evacuating one of the reds, although one of the yellows, I think maybe they should have sacrificed one of the yellows so that mstain wouldn't have anything to capture. Because mstain, I think this makes a nice little colony to have a yellow and red at a green star. So I think Will should have sacrificed Y1 to get both ships out of there. Instead, mstain has another place to build yellows if yellows go back to the bank ever. Will building just a G1, G2, I mean. I think they should make that a shopping spree slash factory. Build some more yellows. Sorry, build some more greens in the Castor colony. Let's see if they agree. Yeah. Will's got a pretty good green monopoly now. mstain, I still am expecting them to capture that little red at some point. Oh, Y3 cap sacrifice. Oh boy. Let's see. Are they moving in the blues already? They don't have enough yellow. Yes, they do. Oh my gosh. I think mstain's got this. Yeah, moving the blue now. I didn't notice just how close to a doomsday machine they were. Um, I think it would be acceptable for mstain to move in the blues. Okay, Y3 sacrifice. Move in 3 blues to knock out Will's home star. Now, the Izar colony has become connected to Will's home, so in one turn, mstain moves in a yellow. Will can capture it if they feel like. mstain moves in another yellow, which Will pretty much has to capture because otherwise mstain sacrifices R2 to take too much of Will's defending fleet. So Will has to capture this invading Y3, and then mstain moves in with the Y1 for the win. That is what I envision. Let's see if mstain commits to this blue star demolition. Oh, gee, really? They're going to take out all of Will's yellow. And Will's only backup large ship. I guess that's okay too. But I really think mstain has had the opportunity to make a win of it just now. Sacrificing the little red for the capture, that's what I had in mind before mstain taught me that they were very close to a doomsday machine. Okay, they commit to the capture. What does Will do now? I wonder if Will saw in the canceled moves that mstain was thinking about the star demolition. I wonder if Will's going to try to do anything about it. Sacrifice G2, no, trading for red. All right. I don't know that that helps with the near doomsday machine mstain has, though. Mstain advancing a red, building a red. Okay. Um, and maybe they're trying to put pressure on Will's red, threatening to move in two reds at once. Yeah, actually, in fact, so this is also a a fatal threat. If Will doesn't respond properly, mstain sacrifices y3 to move in two reds for the catastrophe in Will's home. That's all of the red that Will has. And then mstain also moves in the y3, preparing to sacrifice r2 on their next turn to capture most of what Will's got. I think the only defense once once this y3 has come in and these all the red is gone, I think Will would have to sacrifice their y3 to recall all the rest of their yellow ships to overpopulate the yellow invader and their own home star. But that's a really desperate move, and I think mstain would win after that. So let's see if Will gets a jump on this. They need to spread out their reds. Okay, and they do. And they make a little threat at the Gemma colony. Let's see if mstain cares. Maybe they don't. They just push forward a little yellow. They might be worried that if they don't discover that R3 star, that Will's going to do another shopping spree and build the red. But making another red at home is not a good idea when mstain has this much red ready to move in. Okay, mstain thinking about that blue star demolition again. It is a less good idea than it was a moment ago, because now, well, I guess it's about the same. I was going to say that Will can capture this y1, and then mstain doesn't have enough yellow anymore, but mstain can just build a y3, and then they're in really good shape. Yeah, mstain, you should take out that star. It's time. You're in the clear. Okay, Will can build the y3, or they can capture the y1, but they can't exhaust mstain's yellow completely enough. Factory building the some greens and the y1. Yeah, I think it's too late though. I think mstain just moves in this y1 first, because that's the one under threat, and then they're gonna win. No? Oh. Trading red for green. Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought I just looked at a game where the Homeworlds got connected after a Homestar catastrophe, but Will's home is not in fact connected to mstain's home. Will's home is not even connected to. Oh, it is connected to these small colonies now, but it's not connected to mstain's home. Okay. For a moment, I thought that mstain had just lost the game, that Will was going to sacrifice y3 to move 3 greens into mstain's home, but the homes are not connected. Okay. Will doing another factory, maybe? I guess they could factory the reds. Rebuild the G3, build red and red. Yeah, but mstain gets the other red. Okay, I'm a little surprised Will did that. Maybe they just didn't feel like they had anything else they could do. I think they should be capturing that little yellow, because mstain actually has a win here. Unless Will's got something. I don't see. Okay, overpopulating the reds that mstain just built. That's a good start. Doing it with the y2 sacrifice instead of the y3. I think that's wise. Somebody tell me in the comments if I'm missing something, but especially when mstain had the medium red a little while ago, I think mstain could have won by moving in small yellow, large yellow, and then either capturing or moving in the last yellow, depending on whether Will captured the y3. If I missed something, let me know. Okay, mstain evacuating that little yellow. So Will's R3 is kind of trapped now. Will getting another factory build. Getting a nice medium and medium. Let's see what mstain thinks of. Just building a third red. You don't want to have that many reds together. Will would not mind. Yeah, and in fact, this is particularly bad because mstain is spread so thin. They've got very few ships together anywhere. In fact, they only have them here in this colony. That if they commit to this move and Will overpopulates them, mstain doesn't. All this red goes back to the bank. mstain only has one ship at a blue star. They'd have to trade their mothership for a red, and Will should actually win after that. They've got enough yellow. They can move in a couple of reds. mstain has to capture one, and then Will can move in another red for the overpopulation. Yeah, this is a losing move. mstain's got to take that build back. Uh-oh. All right, well, let's see if Will sees it. Sacrifice y3. Oh, even faster. Will overpopulates all of the reds that mstain has, and moves a red into mstain's home at the same time. They didn't even need to do it in two phases. Oh, geez. Okay, we're now sitting on the on the cusp. Let's savor this moment shall we? Will was in too much of a hurry. They wanted to win in 2 moves instead of 3. So I thought that they were being clever to take out all of mstain's reds and simultaneously invade mstain's home. But this does not actually work, because Will should now win. No, sorry, mstain should now win by sacrificing y3, moving a little yellow back to their home to occupy it, and then moving their g3 2 times, say to this colony, and then into Will's home for the blue bird overpopulation. mstain gets a surprise win. Does mstain see it? Sacrifices the y3. Oh my gosh. mstain saw it. Oh please, oh please. You've got to reinforce your home. You've got to reinforce your home. You can at least make it a draw. At least make it a draw. Even if you don't see the... Oh no! They took 3 moves to get across the universe. They did it in 2 moves just a moment ago, but this time they did it in 3. There's a danger of confusion. mstain thinking that it takes 3 moves to get across the universe, but this is a small universe now. It only takes 2. mstain can get this green across the universe and reinforce their home. Do they recognize it? They offer a draw. But they cancel the draw offer. Oh my gosh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Okay, so if they do this overpopulation, they get the draw. That's better than the loss they were looking at. Do they see the win? y3 sacrifice. 1, 2, 3. No, they're taking all 3 to get across. No. Oh no. Okay, well, boy, oh boy. So I'm pretty sure that mstain had the opportunity to win for a long time. They had a 3-turn doomsday machine They just had to move in these little yellows and the large yellow in the correct order, and they would have won. They didn't see that, and so instead, Will had a win if they were just willing to overpopulate mstain's reds and then move in the large in 2 turns in 3 turns instead of two, or at any rate, they could have. Will had the win since that was the red was their only non-green ship in their homeworld, so they I think they needed to do a Y2 sacrifice to move the red into the colony, and then for the overpopulation, and then invade mstain's home. But anyway, I'm quite certain Will had a win there. But then Will was in too much of a hurry, threw it away. Mstain had the win, but Mstain didn't see it and took the draw instead. Wow. Darn. Really close for both you guys. You provided a very exciting game. Some mistakes there at the very end, though. I'm sorry you missed some chances for more rank points, because rank points are very important to everybody else, I'm sure. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.